What is up, everybody? We're back. This is Axie Archetypes Aquatic Edition, and it's your boy Rollin' Boy in the house. Today we're gonna talk about these awesome fishes. Last time, my video didn't get that much views, but I got a lot of DMs saying they love the series and they want more. So here we are. And I was planning to do most of the classes in the first place. I will try to give more details as much as possible this time around. Okay, so let us start. Before we dive in, let us first answer the question, what is the role of an aqua in a team setup? Aquas are really flexible. They can go frontliner, midliner, or backliner, and they have good stats as well. So most of the time, aquas deal most damage and provide some sort of utility or support in the form of energy gain. So let us first discuss this particular build right here. We got the Nemo Aqua. So this particular aqua is usually put in the midline or the backline, depending on the card set. At this one on the left, you can see it is much more on the damage side, or more in a glass cannon type. So here we go for the card. So we got Swift Escape to counteract Bird, and Risky Fish to burst down plant, and the very strong Star Shuriken to close out low HP Axies, and the Nemo for the flexibility and energy gain. So this is the card set for the typical Nemo Aqua. But over here to the right, we got a more tanky variant. We got the Angry Lamb that has decent survivability, and Shell Job, which is a very strong card. This is probably my favorite aqua card. So aside from damage, this aqua has tons of survivability at its disposal. This build with the Nemo is very flexible. It can be backliner, it can be midliner. For the backline, it can remove stuns. For the midline, it can generate energy for the close out potential in the late game. And yeah, next one, this is the Koi Aqua. Instead of a Nemo tail, it has the Koi tail that grants you plus speed when comboed with another card. So this type of aqua is usually protect against enemy birds because it can go first against birds. Otherwise, this plus speed would be kind of useless. So yeah, I think this kind of aqua is built to counter bird, and that's why I have the bird slayer name here. It doesn't have much of a difference in the aforementioned aquas, like this one, only the tail. So you get the idea. It's only a matter of countering birds in the 1v1 situation. Like I said, you can set up the Koi before your midliner dies. So the next turn, your aqua goes first. Or when you're at a 1v1 situation, you can spam Koi plus Fish Hook for the 30 shield. But if you have better shield alternatives, then that's fine, that's better. Because this card set is actually the worst shield options in my opinion. So yeah, there you have it. Now let us move on to the next one. The double Anemone Nemo Lamb. Yes, this is a very strong build. I usually see this in the frontliner. Actually, it can go anywhere. If you have like a triple aqua team, you can make this a tank. You can also put this in mid. You can put this in backline. This build is super flexible, but struggles against reptiles, I think, because I am using some reptile. I don't mind this build that much because I can pretty much kill them in one turn. But yeah, that's the key here, to kill the double anemone in one turn. So you have to pass if you have to, but yeah, you really have to burst this guy down. Oh, let's go to the cards. Okay, so the more anemone parts you have, the higher the heal it gives you. So a single anemone is usually underwhelming, but if you have that kind of Axie, then it's fine. You can still finish games with it, but this is the cream of the crop build with the lamb because you can go as low as you want, get that bonus damage in, and the Nemo for the energy gain and for this removing stuns as well. Okay, next up, the Navagar Fish. So it's like the previous builds, but it has Navagar tail, and what Navagar does is it deals 120% damage if this Axie attacks first. And usually if the enemy doesn't have a bird or an aqua, you always go first. I actually have seen teams like this with this kind of fish in the front and 2 more Nemo fishes at the back. I always see a team like this in like 1,800 up to 2,000 rank. Yep, they're all there just chilling, and too bad for them, I'm using reptiles. So yeah, usually when this one is used as a frontliner, it usually plays Navaga ASAP just to deal damage to your tank. Yeah, so this is kind of another archetype, if you will. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The shrimp. Shrimpinator. Just kidding. The shrimp. So this build, you basically just need a shrimp plus any other 3 cards. These are the examples. So you can have a shrimp plus clam lash. Oh, this one is good against beasts in particular. So you go Titan Jump, clam lash plus another card, and the beast is dead for sure. It will go into last stand or something like that, but it will be dead. Actually, I'm not sure if it needs to be piranha to be able to do that, but yeah, it's pretty much dead if you hit a beast with this. So Clam Lash deals bonus damage against beasts, that's what I'm saying. And this other variant right here, the Babylonia, deals 130% damage when attacking an idle target. And not to mention, Piranha is just super strong, 120 damage. So that is what this build does. This particular Aqua is usually placed in the midline. For instance, when your tank is already dead, you can still go pretty much fast the next round and backdoor whatever you want. That is why they're positioned at the mid, because shrimp is usually bad in a 1v2 situation. So yeah, you want to get value off of your shrimp Axie in the mid game. Yeah, I think that's it. Let us move on to the next one. Okay, this one is interesting. This is the Bidens or Bidens. I don't know how to pronounce it, but let's go with Bidens. This is the Bidens Aqua. So this particular one is a really solid backliner. The reason why is because there's 0 cost for removing debuffs like poison, and it has decent shield as well. The shield is what is usually the game changer here. And up against birds, you can always go upstream swim, and against reptiles and such, you can always use fish hook plus the star shuriken for insane damage. And yeah, I think this is a tournament Axie more than a ladder or arena Axie. But yeah, this is the Biden's backliner Koi. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is actually, I think I just made this archetype up. So this is double ranged backliner. Yeah, so the reason why you wanted to do this is to counter Gravel Ant Axies. If you don't know what Gravel Ant does, let us go right into the card explorer and check out the Gravel Ant. Here, let us zoom in. So this is what Gravel Ant does. Disable the target's melee cards next round. Usually, Aquas have melee attacks. With this double range build, you can still go against those annoying Gravel Ant bugs. Up here at the left, you got Scale Dart and Oranda. And here at the right, we got Barb Strike and Oranda. So yeah, even with the Gravel Ant, they can still pack a punch. So I think this is another archetype for that. Also, here at the cards explorer, you can check out the melee or ranged attack types in order to like counter Gravel Ant or something, because Gravel Ant is really strong and you need to get like prepared for that when you're going up the ladder. Now let us move on to this one. This is, in my opinion, the strongest build of all. This is the Babylonia plus Perch plus Lamb and Nemo. This build is particularly strong because it can bypass shield. It's like it's like a tri-spikes on steroids. And with the Lamb, look at this shield, man, or women. So you got 50 plus 40 plus 20. The shield is just too thick to crack. This Aqua, I think you should put as a midliner and get value off of him in the early to mid game with the Nemo and the backdoor as well. And going up against a Perch Babylonia is a mind game, a really tough mind game, and your opponent can forget about it and you can sneak some backdoor in. And yeah, this is very strong. It can also tank a lot of damage from Dark Swoop birds or even from reptiles. The only weakness of this Aqua is probably its cards has too much of conditions. Like, you can't trigger the bonus from Shell Jab every time. You can't trigger the bonus from Lamb every time. So in terms of just like vanilla damage, it's not that strong. But when the keywords get activated, this Aqua is super strong. Yeah, that's about it for the Perch Babylonia Aqua. Next, we got the Midliner, God Midline Aqua. So we have several options here. I just invented the God Midline. For the God Midline Aqua, you should have a sponge or a teal shell, and not both, because wear damage. If you have both, then wear damage. So I personally prefer sponge. Let us check that out. Yeah, 90 shield and 60 damage with attack bonus when broken. And you can either use like catfish, swallow, or something like a piranha. The bonus damage combined with the lifesteal, it provides so much survivability. And the Nemo you can stall in the mid game and gain tremendous momentum into the late game. And this build is more of a different one, but still work without the plus attack. Still good because of the very thick shield. When you attack, it adds 30% shield, so I think that is like 110 or something, if I'm not mistaken. This build boasts so much survivability. Not to mention, if you have like Babylonia here, the shield is just too much. But as usual, with reptiles, Aquas are no problem. Okay. So yeah, that is the God Midliner Aqua. And for the last one, this is a rare one. This is the Postfight Piranha build, which I got the idea from AK, I think. So what you do here, yeah, you just injure yourself the whole early game to mid game. Then you can target injured enemy if you are 50% HP or less. The enemy with the least amount of health, I think. You can snipe the midline, the backline. Depends. It depends. After you use the Piranha, you can heal up using the Anemone and do the same process all over again. I haven't actually tried this, but on paper, it looks amazing. But yeah, look at the price. So yeah, that's it. That's it for all of these Aquas. And as a bonus, I forgot a certain beast classification last video is the Axie case Jaguar build. As we can see here, you can watch my previous video up here to the upper right. And I missed this particular build. This is the Nitro Leap, the Death Mark, plus the Sinister Strike build. And this is very dangerous when caught in a last stand. So what you can do with this build is when you go last stand, you have 3 ticks. You can go Death Mark, Dual Blade, and Nitro Leap. So you will always attack first and then put some Axie Kiss in there and smack them with the Dual Blade. Who can survive a critical from Dual Blade? Nobody. So yeah, that is the combo. And pair up with some Rice for some mid-game disruption. And yeah, how could I forget this kind of beast? So yeah, I think that wraps up this session. And what do you guys think? What is your favorite archetype? Let me know in the comments. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And my name is Rolling Boy, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye. Peace.